What's up, faggots? We're going to be looking at another Jesus Freak video here today. This one's called Pot Sucks, and I haven't seen it before, so let's find out why pot sucks. Oh yeah, before we do that, I'm going to smoke some pot in honor of Jesus Freak hating pot. So yeah, fuck you, Jesus Freak. Alright, let's find out why pot sucks.
Drugs are everywhere. How do you fight back?
This guy is incredibly lame. Just putting that Jesus Freak 777. First off, the name. Second off, that intro. Third off, this intro. What the fuck is this shit? I mean, my intro is bad, but look at this shit. Like, every time you see my intro and you hate it, look at his shit, and then be thankful that I have a better intro. I mean, it's still bad, granted, but it was made by like a 12-year-old. He like gifted it to me, so fucking cut the intro some slack, bro. I know it's bad, but come on. It's actually pretty good.
A couple months ago, I noticed they were building a brand new gas station right down the road from me. I was happy, because it's always nice to have another business that you can patron. Grand opening comes and goes. A couple weeks later, I decided to stop in there. I need gas. I walk in, and what do I see? Let me show you. When I walked in, I noticed the hookahs.
You noticed hookahs when you walked into the gas station. Like, 99% of gas stations have. Maybe not hookahs. A lot of these gas stations don't have that. It's more of a smoke shop kind of thing. But, also they're used for tobacco. I mean, I've never smoked out of a hookah, but I've never seen someone smoke weed out of one. Like, it's like a water pipe, a hookah, right? So, like, the equivalent would be a bong for weed. So, I don't think you would smoke weed out of a hookah. Plus, that would be a bitch to, yeah, I don't know. I'm not an expert on it, but yeah. But again, like, 90% of gas stations sell things that are like hookahs. I bet, what's he gonna talk about next? Like, fucking lighters, or, I don't know, a pipe?
Overly concerned. I understand that these aren't always used for nefarious things, but quite oftentimes they are used to smoke pot.
Again, I've never heard of anyone smoking pot out of a hookah. I'm sure you can, and I'm sure people have, but I've never seen it, so it must not be common, because I've smoked pot out of every fucking which way. I've smoked dabs out of, like, I used a straw and, like, a car lighter to, like, dab it on. So, yeah, I'm like a crack fiend, bro. So,
More concerned when I got to the register and I noticed lazy cakes. You see that it says relaxation baked in. Obviously there was nothing illegal in these brownies.
so what's the issue? And even if it was pot, who fucking cares? Right? You're just buying a fucking pot brownie at a gas station, then you're gonna eat it when you get home and get really stoned and laugh a bunch. What's the fucking big deal? Even if it was pot. It's not, but even if it was.
But they were certainly created to evoke imagery of pot brownies, and I found that extremely unsettling.
Unsettling? He, like, sees that. He, like, shudders. He's like, oh, weed. Oh, fuck. God. Man, it sounds like he's coming. No, I meant to go for, like, he's scared. But yeah.
Quickly pulled out my phone and started taking photos. As you can see here, they were selling different styles of medicine cases. I thought it was interesting that a medicine case would need to be made in the shape of a cigarette lighter or a false cigarette.
So, it's just a false cigarette. That's a hitter. Second off, those, like, medicine things where you put prescription pills in, or pot, whatever you want in it, and they're just, like, hollow. What's the big deal about selling that? It's like a hollow container. They can be in anything. You can make those yourself. Like, the fact that they're legal. Who fucking cares? Well, because you got a big deal about it, you have to go in and be like, and imagine this guy, like, sees this shit, and he's like, it's unsettling. And he, like, shudders. Then he whips out his phone, and starts taking picture of all your shit in your gas station. And you're like, what the fuck? Like, he's legit taking picture of, like, at least 3 different things now. I don't fucking do that shit. Even if I do see something that I don't like. Like, I just fucking see it and I'm like, oh, okay, whatever. Fucking Kim Kardashian magazine. Fuck that shit, right? You know? And then I move on with my day. I don't make it an issue, you know what I mean? Because my tastes are not everyone's tastes, right? Some people like to smoke pot. Some people like to smoke cigarettes. Some people don't. Some people like to look at porn. Some people don't. Some people like to watch TV. Some people don't. Some people like to read books. Some people don't. You know what I mean? Some people are Christians and some people aren't. Like, all because your tastes aren't that doesn't mean you have to make a big deal about whatever the fuck that is, even if you don't like it. I fucking think baseball is boring, but my dad loves it. And I don't go to his house every fucking day and be like, you know what? Baseball fucking sucks. And I don't drill him on it every fucking day. I do sometimes, but not every fucking day.
A lipstick.
That last bit got rid of my point, but...
Here you can see these pill cases are made in the shape of an automobile cigarette lighter. Why would one need to hide their medication so thoroughly?
Because it's illegal, because of stupid laws that were set in place in the 1930s, which thankfully now are coming out of style.
Unless it was for an illegal activity. I also was able to photograph these pipes and these pipes. They did have some glass pipes and bowls for smoking of...
How do you know they're called bowls? Anyone I've ever talked to that hasn't smoked weed, they don't know what the fuck a bowl is. You tell them a bowl and they'll be confused. When I first started smoking weed, I didn't know what a bowl was because I smoked out of a hitter. So yeah, like, straight people don't know what bowls are. So how do you know what a bowl is, sir? I'm just asking. I'm curious. I'm not saying you've smoked pot, but I'm just curious. Just putting that out there. Continue.
Illegal drugs, but I was not able to capture those via photograph because there were customers in the way and I didn't want to be intrusive. So what did I do? It was a busy day that day in the store and I thought it would not be the right time to say something. The next time I went in there a few days later, I was the only customer.
But you thought it was the right time while there's a bunch of people around to gawk and take pictures of things. I mean, there's nothing inherently wrong with that, and it's not illegal, and I'm I'm kind of knocking you for it because it's kind of weird, but, you know, I'm just pointing that out. That's weird, bro.
And I lodged a complaint.
You're taking pictures of perfectly legal things. It's not like you're taking pictures of weed. And even if you were, I would argue, who fucking cares?
Let the clerks know that I thought it was inappropriate for the store to be selling drug paraphernalia, and I thought they were harming the community. I felt like they weren't taking my complaint very serious.
How are they harming the community? People are buying it on their own will. If people want to put substances in their body, that is their own right. What is the big deal in America, where we supposedly have the land of the free? If you cannot put something in your own body, how can you possibly say we live under a free society? I mean, I don't know I don't watch a lot of Jesus freak videos, obviously, but I don't know your politics, but I'm assuming if you're Christian, you're probably big on, like, America and shit, too, because those things tend to go hand in fucking hand.
Although the woman did say she would tell the boss when he called later that evening, but she kind of defended it by saying, oh, lots of stores sell this kind of stuff. So
She's right. Have you ever been to a fucking gas station? I haven't been to a gas station and seen a hookah. I've only seen them at smoke shops, but I've seen bongs at gas stations. I've seen, like, hitters. I've seen, like, little medicine things like that at gas stations. Not to mention, you go to a liquor store. You fucking kidding me? You'll find, like, empty cups that you can put booze in, so it looks like you just bought, like, a soft drink somewhere, but you actually just have booze in it. You'll find, like, sunscreen things that are empty that you can put booze in. You know, like, tons of shit you can just put booze in that you shouldn't be putting booze in. You know what I mean? And that's legal. Do you go into liquor stores and complain about that?
I kind of realized she probably wasn't taking me very serious. It was a Friday. So I left the store and I called the main company that was the franchise name. I'm not going to say who it was because I don't want to give them any bad publicity, even though I think their customer service was top notch. I called them. It was after hours. I left a message on their voicemail, not really detailing.
This guy's like a male version of Karen, you know? Like, can I speak to your manager? Because he, like, goes up to the cashier lady and he's like, you know, this is a problem. She's like, I'll tell my boss about it, you know, like, kind of like doing the best job she can. She'll be like, oh, I'll tell my boss about it, trying to please him. But all the while, like, she can't fucking change anything and her boss can't fucking change anything. So he goes to fucking management and calls over him seeing something that he doesn't fucking like that's perfectly legal. He is the male version of Karen.
Was wrong. I just said that a new store near my house, I gave them the address, was selling some items that I thought were objectionable. Sure enough, Monday morning,
one person thinks it's objectionable. One fucking person, and he's like, oh, please, it's objectionable. I fucking hate this shit. Please get rid of it. It offends me. I've only been to this gas station 2 fucking times, and I'm not a regular customer here, but please, every time I come here, I'm just shocked. You know what I mean?
Received a call. They wanted to know what was going on. I explained to them in detail. I told them that I was pretty sure they would not want their major name brand associated with drug paraphernalia.
If they have it in one gas station, they have it in all of them. And if they're a major company, like, come on, dude. They're making money on it. They obviously have it in there for a reason. People are buying it. There's a need for it. And also, wouldn't you rather people be going to this gas station in your community, which you mentioned earlier, and buying these items in your community so the money can go back to your community rather than people going online buying shit? I mean, things are, like, really overpriced at gas stations, and I would never buy a pipe there. But some idiots do. So
they agreed and told me that they would send a district manager to the store and take care of the problem and scope things out. Flash forward, I was going to give them a couple weeks to get things cleared out before.
Sorry, my video cut out. But anyways, yeah. Back into your fucking community, bitch.
I was sitting at work talking to my coworker last night, telling him about this store that's selling drug paraphernalia. And he says, I know that store. And as a matter of fact, he thought it was so funny. He said, I'm going to stop in that store on the way home. I want to see what you're talking about. Today at work, he shows up.
Dude, this guy made this fucking, like, gas station selling pipes like a part of his life. He was, like, going to work, telling his friends about the shit talking the place. He was calling the place. This was, like, a major event in this dude's life. That's sad.
I'm getting ready to leave work, and he says, man, there was nothing at that store that you were talking about. I was like, what? He said, yeah, they had a bunch of empty shelves. They still have potato chips and stuff like that and all the things that gas stations sell. He said, but I didn't see any drug paraphernalia. He said, I saw some hookahs and that was it. And he asked the clerk, he said, well, you guys have a bunch of empty shelves. And the clerk said, yeah, someone had complained and the police had shown up.
Someone being you. Anyways, the police had showed up. Please continue.
And confiscated all the drug paraphernalia.
That is not how it works because that is not drug paraphernalia. It's not drug paraphernalia unless it has been smoked out of, or if there's like marijuana or other drug like cocaine or heroin or whatever the fuck residue on the pipe or container. Otherwise, it is not considered drug paraphernalia and it is perfectly legal to own. So that did not happen at all. You're a liar. That plainly just didn't happen. Within U.S. laws, that could not have happened. The police did not go in there. The police did not confiscate all of the hookahs and shit. And also, you didn't even let the police know. You fucking called the management and you let the cashier know. So you're a liar. And also, that gas station had been up and running for fucking how long? You said like a few months, right? So like, surely some cops went in there and saw that shit. It would have been raided much sooner if that had been considered drug paraphernalia. You, sir, are a pompous liar. Anyways, please continue.
So, I don't know, it was interesting. So I went back to the store, camera in hand, to see if I could capture.
Alright, let's see these pictures. I want to see these pictures. You bring your camera back to the store. You say you brought your camera back to the store. Let's see these pictures.
Empty shelves. And sure enough, all the shelves were stocked. Within one day, they got them stocked, but now they have just food and chips and typical things that gas stations sell. But no more drug paraphernalia. Just some hookahs and...
So, where are these pictures? And also, hookahs was your, like, main going in point. Like, yeah, these fucking shitty hookahs that are used for pot. Which, again, I have no experience of seeing that whatsoever. But yeah.
Tobacco. I thought it was a pretty cool victory. I'm not saying I brought it about. I called the company and lodged a formal complaint. But obviously, other people in the community did not like to see our community be degraded, harmed.
Degraded how? By adults making like, only adults can buy that shit, right? Like, I'm not sure about the, like, medicine things. Kids can probably buy that, but like the hookahs and the pipes, kids can't buy that. Only people like over 18 or in my state now currently 21 can buy that shit. So yeah. How is it harming the community? It certainly isn't harming kids by the gas station selling it to them. I'm sure kids got their ways. But it's adults making decisions on their own body. And they're spending their hard-earned money on a pipe or a hookah. What's wrong with that? Why do you have to poop on everyone's party?
And they took matters to the right authorities. Obviously, the police showed up and cleared this out.
Okay, let's say you called the management and the management didn't know about them selling this kind of stuff at this particular gas station. And then, do you really think that the head, like, regional management is going to call the cops to get that shit taken out? No. They're going to handle it themselves. They don't want a show at their gas station. They're going to take the pipes out and shit themselves discreetly and quietly. They're not going to call the cops. They're not going to have a scene. That's just not going to happen.
It's a good business to have.
Also, where are these fucking pictures you keep fucking talking about?
It's nice to have the option of a good gas station. More competition, lower prices, good for the...
Again, all gas stations sell that shit, so if you really did take that shit away from them, that's just one less revenue stream that they have to make money on. So maybe the price of gas is going to go higher at that gas station.
Economy. But selling drug paraphernalia, not necessarily great for our community. And I think it's great that people spoke up. I don't know if it's because of my phone call. I hope that there was enough people in the community that called and raised an objection, and finally the community did something. Either way, I'll be watching this store, and if I start seeing more drug paraphernalia pop up, I will surely report it once again.
Is there pictures? You got about 40 seconds left. You might show pictures.
See, you can make a difference. Call your House representatives. Call your senators. Call your local alderman. Call your local mayor's office. Call people. If you don't...
Yes, your story is inspiring, and people need to stand up for what they believe in.
Like things. Speak up. Change can happen. But it's never going to happen if we're complacent and we just roll over and say, well...
How is that change? How? How is something that's illegal, and then you just getting rid of something that's legal, but it's, like, you can use those pipes to smoke the illegal thing, so it's convenient that you can go to a gas station and buy something like that. Say you're, like, you lost your hitter or something, and you have some weed and you can't smoke it because you don't have any papers or whatever. So you go to the gas station and you buy a hitter so you can smoke your weed. That's convenient, so you don't have to wait 2 weeks for the Amazon to deliver it to your door, right? Convenient. And it's expensive to buy a fucking hitter at a gas station. I don't want to fucking do that. Just buy a hitter box, honestly. But, What the fuck was he saying? I lost my point.
Like things. Speak up.
Oh yeah.
Change.
Yeah, change, right. So how is it change that something illegal is just taken more, is just stripped away further? Like even the legal area, the gray areas around it are just stripped, like put in the black market too, you know? Like now you gotta buy pipes from dealers and shit. How is that change? Wouldn't it be change if this fucking harmless, I'm not saying it's harmless in the fact that it doesn't do damage to your own body, but it's harmless in the sense that it doesn't harm anyone else if I smoke a joint. It only harms my lungs, and then it kills a fucking few brain cells. Who fucking cares? It's my body, right? And it makes me feel good, and it makes me laugh. So, what's the fucking big deal? What's the harm in that? What's the harm in me sitting around a little bit, watching some stupid internet videos and laughing? There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing harmful about that whatsoever. If that's how I and others want to choose to live their lives, then we should be free to do it. Like in America, the land of the free. There is no fucking change in that. That's just the same repressive, obsolete political system that we've lived in for over 70 years.
Can happen. But it's never going to happen if we're complacent and we just roll over and say, well, this is the way it is. If we do that, we will lose every single time.
The pictures, bro. He's got 13 seconds left to show me some fucking pictures. Because he said he went in with his fucking camera. Unless he just made this whole fucking thing up. He just wanted like an inspiring video on his channel. Like, yeah, I want to inspire people.
Remember, as Christians, we need to point out when society is embracing bad things. And we need...
When did God ever said weed was bad? I mean, I remember in Genesis he said like, and he looked at all the plants and said they were good. You know, marijuana is a plant. Think about it.
Speak out against it each and every time. God bless you all.
Yeah, so he didn't show the pictures because he's a fucking liar. Anyways, like, comment, subscribe. Yeah, the usual shit. I'll see you guys next time.